give me fuel, give me fire, give me that old Chinese desire.
Welcome, Smash Heads. It is finally time. The second half of Week 9 has arrived here in the Car Demolition League, and we are starting things off. Our first pair of games on the soft field, actually both of them from the Atlantic Division. We started on the Atlantic Division on the hard field, actually, in the first half of Week 9. Philadelphia Demons getting a shutout win over the Washington Patriots. But as I was saying in the first half, and as I'll say here again now, special kind of weeks because the Atlantic Division has home and home games. So Philly beating Washington, that was the first of two matchups between the teams. Philly will be on the road against Washington next week. Right here on the field right now, you've got the Atlanta Avengers on the road to do battle with the Miami Brawlers. Guess what? Next week it'll be Miami at Atlanta. Tampa Bay is going to be on the road against Carolina after this game. Next week, Carolina will be on the road at Tampa Bay. So, big games that we have on tap right here is these Atlantic Division foes basically do a home and home, making things interesting. But some changes in the lineup for the Miami Brawlers as a trade was made between Shane Geiser's two teams. His Chicago Wind Attack received Solar Reflex Jr. and High Tech. And in exchange, Miami, they get some, they get pretty solid. They get Vancinator and Blue Dragon in return, and they're actually bringing up the back of the line for the Brawlers here today. Shane Geiser definitely wanting to end this playoff drought that the Miami Brawlers are currently in. Of course, he won his first Crash Bowl with the Brawlers way back in 2012, becoming the youngest Crash Bowl champion ever at just the age of 6. So definitely, he's a two-time world champ. And now in basic training, getting into the Army. So we thank Shane for his service, and definitely I am a proud uncle. There is no doubt about that. I can't say that enough. But let's see how his Brawlers do here today in this game of Table Derby. Something a little less serious than the military here. So we've got the Atlanta Avengers, league-operated team on the road here. Let's see what they bring to the table for their lineup today. Leading the way for the Avengers in this one, it's going to be Gray Indy at the front runner spot. Following him out there at the middleman spot, it will be Trav. At the captain spot for the Avengers in this one, it's going to be Riddler. And at 5-point gainer for the Avengers here today, it's going to be Frostjack. So there you have it, folks. The Atlanta Avengers on the road, all set to go. Their lineup picked, and now we get to the home side of the field. Shane Geiser's Miami Brawlers. Let's see what they bring to the table here today.
Hi, I'm Shane Geiser, and this is the lineup for my Miami Brawlers.
Leading the way for the Brawlers in this one, it's going to be Lancia at the front runner spot. Following him out there at the middleman spot, it'll be Hot Indy. At the captain spot for Miami today, it's going to be Blue Dragon. And at 5-point gainer for the Brawlers in this one, it will be Vancinator. So there you have it. Miami set to go. And I ain't gonna lie, it does kind of feel weird seeing Blue Dragon play for a team that's not the Chicago Wind Attack. That one is weird. Of course, won a couple of Crash Bowls over his tenure with Chicago. 2 times a Crash Bowl champion there. And weird to see him playing for a team that is not Chicago. But that being said, Lancia starting things off against Gray Indy. Here we go, Miami, Atlanta. Game is on, and Lancia goes down real quick there. Gray Indy makes it 5-0 Avengers right off the bat. And now that brings out Hot Indy for the Miami Brawlers. Looking to get Miami back in this game. They trail 5-0. And there is a clip shot. And an out of play. This Hot Indy is the guilty culprit. He goes out of play there. Still 5-0. Avengers on top. Looking for more. Oh, that time we had a bad roll. So they'll reset here. Miami at 2-5-0-1. I believe Atlanta, if I remember correctly, was 4-3-0-1. Put it on the screen if I'm wrong, folks. But anyways, These two cars continue to go at it. Oh, a chance right there. Both cars staying up. And another chance. A good spin cycle by Great Indy that time. And into the mesh goes Hot Indy, staying in the game. Still 5-0 in favor of Atlanta. These cars will switch sides. That time we had a bad roll. So they'll reset on opposite sides, going at it again. And that time, good hit. Cars battling. Great Indy hitting some good shots. Hot Indy hanging on in survival mode right now. Definitely Great Indy a heavier car as these two continue to battle. Still a 5-0 game. Battle wages on, and yes, they are going to keep their own sides here. And make it 10-0. Great Indy's looking good today. And it's the Atlanta Avengers. Definitely in a dominating position right now. 10-0 the score. Miami trying to battle back here. Now it's Blue Dragon out here trying to lead this team back. Can he do it? And almost went down there. I tell you what, Hot Indy started off the season very strong, but he has not looked good the past few weeks. No doubt. So the battle's on. Great Indy looking stellar today, looking for the shutout. It's both cars again able to stay up. They'll switch sides here. And Blue Dragon will keep Miami in the game as Great Indy goes down there. And the lead cut in half. 10-5 the score, and that now brings out Track for Atlanta. He'll look to put this game away. 10-5 the score. Track looking to get the win for the Avengers. Blue Dragon looking to tie it up for Miami. Here they go. Like I said, so we're seeing him play for a team that's not Chicago, and he gets taken down there. 15-5 will be the final of this one, and the Atlanta Avengers have the win on the road in Miami. Their struggles continue. Gotta makes you wonder if with the trade deadline coming up again, maybe he shifts the focus to Chicago. He wanted to see how this team could do, and it did not pan out well. So Shane Geiser trying everything he can in the book, just can't get his teams to get lucky enough on the field. As again, Miami takes another loss. They slipped to 2-6-0-1 in the standings. And Chicago now, basically with two of their better cars not on the team anymore. You got to wonder how they'll be able to hang in with San Francisco later on today after we switch on to the hard field. But that being said, one more soft field game to go. Last Atlantic Division battle of the week, and it's for first place in the Atlantic Division. The Carolina Crash Cats going to be hosting the Tampa Bay Gators when we return. So stay tuned, folks. Welcome back, Smash Heads. Onwards we move. Second game of our second half here in Week 9. And actually the last of all the soft field games for the week. After this game, we will be switching back onto the hard field to finish off the last 4 games of the week. So a big matchup right here. Atlantic Division showdown. Of course, all the Atlantic Division playing home and home here in Week 9 and next week in Week 10. But interesting situation. Yes, Atlanta getting the win over Miami. They improved to 5-4. Well, Tampa Bay with the record of 5-3 currently, and Carolina with a record of 4-4 currently. So this right here, if Carolina could get a win in regulation, we would have a 3-way tie for first place in the Atlantic Division. But if Carolina could get the win here today in regulation, Carolina would actually own that tiebreaker because they have wins, or they would have wins against both Tampa Bay and Atlanta. So Carolina, Candace Corey, the rookie team owner, trying to get her first division lead of her career, but easier said than done going up against the defending world champions, Brandon Kuma and his Tampa Bay Gators, and the Gators currently holding first place in the Atlantic Division and trying to keep or maintain that. Of course, they need at least 1 point from today's result. They'll be looking for the full 3. Like I said, a record of 5 wins and 3 losses. Carolina, 4 wins, 4 losses. So, but Carolina, coming off their first loss in quite a while, they started the season 0-3. They actually put together 4 wins in a row, Carolina did, but of course coming up short in their 8th game of the season in Week 8. But we'll see how things go here today. Tampa Bay and Carolina, let's get a look at the lineups. We start on the business side with Brandon Kuma's defending world champion, Tampa Bay Gators.
Hi, my name is Brandon Kuma, and here's my lineup for my Tampa Bay Gators.
Leading the way for the Gators today is going to be Ratified at the front runner spot. Found him out there at the middleman spot, it will be Rocket Power. At the captain spot for Tampa Bay today, it's going to be R. And at 5-point gainer for the Gators in this one, it will be Nice Rat. So there you have it, folks. The Tampa Bay Gators all set and ready to go. And now we get to the home side of the field where we've got the defending Atlantic Division champions now under the command of Candace Corey for Carolina Crash Cats. Let's see what they bring to the table today. Leading the way for Carolina in this one is going to be Yellow Custom. Found him out there at the middleman spot. It will be Snowbat 2. At the captain spot for the Crash Cats in this one, it's going to be Silver and Black Attack Jr. And at 5-point gainer for Carolina in this one will be the rookie Malibu. So there you have it, folks. Both teams set and ready to go. They'll get their back three off the field. The last soft field game of Week 9 about to take place. Atlantic Division Showdown, the lead in the Atlantic Division on the line right here and now. So here we go, Ratified and Yellow Custom leading us off. And a good hit and a good flip, and that one starts things quick. 5-0 Tampa Bay. Yellow Custom taken down right away, and of course Ratified went 3-0 in the Crash Bowl to help Tampa Bay get the shutout win over Mexico City. Has them up 5-0 here, so that brings out Snowbat 2. Snowbat 2 definitely better defensively, and both cars, I think both were going to stay up, but that time Snowbat 2 went out of play, so still 5-0, Gators on top. And a good spin cycle there by Ratified. And this time, it's just barely going to end up being a flip. I don't think he was able to hang on to the edge there. Yeah, very close, but I can see space. I can actually see the space in between the field and the car. So there actually is a little bit of space there. I can see the gap, folks. That is going to be a good flip right there, and the Gators take a 10-0 lead. So Silver and Black Attack Jr. will be all on him here, as Snowbat 2 just couldn't handle the edge there. 10-0 the score, and Ratified. Such a good car looking to put this game away. Silver and Black Attack Jr. trying to get his team back into it. Heavier car, Silver and Black Attack Jr. is. But with his work cut out for him and donuts served for dinner right there, Ratified, just too much for him. And that's your Crash Bowl MVP. Looking like last year's Crash Bowl MVP. Getting it done there. 15-0 will be the final. And the Tampa Bay Gators hang on to first place in the Atlantic Division as they improve to 6-3 here in Week 9. Both of Brandon Kuma's teams getting wins here this week. Both of them improving to a 6-3 record. But plenty more action yet to come here today as we switch it back up to the hard field to go the rest of the way. We are going to see Ricky Riffenbach's Fort Worth Thunder hosting the Seattle Lumberjacks when we return. Welcome back, Smash Heads. On to the hard field we go for the rest of the day. We've got the Seattle Lumberjacks on the road ready to do battle with Ricky Riffenbach's Fort Worth Thunder. Of course, the Fort Worth Thunder currently holding down third place in the Western Conference, but looking to get a win to keep themselves ahead of Mexico City and the rest of the pack. And of course, they would love to stay right on the heels of Las Vegas and, of course, Denver, especially, for first place in their division. A record of 6 wins and 2 losses, trying to get to 7-2 right here and now. Of course, their opponents, the Seattle Lumberjacks, this game is huge for them because the door of opportunity has opened itself. 3 wins, 4 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss coming into Week 9. But the 2 teams ahead of them in the standings, San Diego fell to 4-5 today. And of course, well, actually yesterday, in the first day feature, San Diego fell to 4-5. And then, of course, also in the first half of Week 9, Kansas City, who was tied with them, took a loss. So with a win right here the Lumberjacks could move themselves into the last playoff spot in the Western Conference. So this game is big for Seattle. So both teams got something to play for, a little bit of a playoff kind of vibe in a way, even though we're only at week 9 of a 20-week season. So definitely big matchup right here. So let's get a look at the lineups. We start on the business side with those league-operated Seattle Lumberjacks. Let's see what they bring to the table today. Leading the way for the Lumberjacks in this one, it's going to be yellow 5. Following them out there at the middleman spot, it'll be black Spectite. At the captain spot for Seattle today, it's going to be Darth Mauler. And at 5-point gainer for the Lumberjacks in this game, it's going to be 76. So there you have it, folks. The Seattle Lumberjacks all set and ready to go. And now that takes us to the home side of the field. Ricky Riffenbark's Fort Worth Thunder. Let's see what they bring to the table here today.
Hi, I'm Ricky Riffenbark, and here's the lineup for my Fort Worth Thunder.
Leading the way for Fort Worth here in this one, it's going to be Blue Tech. Following them out there at the middleman spot, it'll be Orange Stock. At the captain spot for the Thunder here today, it's going to be Black Lena. And at 5-point gainer for Fort Worth in this one, it's going to be Purple Fire. So there you have it, folks. Both teams ready. The rookie Orange Stock at the middleman spot for Fort Worth. Don't think I mentioned that he was a rookie, but I think by now, if you've been following this league long enough, you know. But here we go. Front runners on the field ready to lead us off. The kind of smash mouth style, heavyweight style of Yellow 5 taking on the versatile style of Blue Tech. Here we go. Game on. Ooh, Yellow 5 got a chance. Blue Tech held on. And Blue Tech, oh my goodness. Oh, defense on display. He was able to bounce around. You get a replay of that as Blue Tech puts Fort Worth up 5-0, as you see in slow-mo there. What a move by Blue Tech. Such a great player. Mama, don't stop the drama. 5-0. Fort Worth Thunder in the lead as that now brings out Black Spectite for Seattle. And make it 10-0. Just like that, Cracker Jack. And it's the Fort Worth Thunder doing business today, and Blue Tech is looking good doing it. As that now brings out Darth Mauler for Seattle. 10-0 the score. Blue Tech looking to serve notice here as he takes on Darth Mauler. Both cars staying up. Tie collision wins the game for the Thunder. Darth Mauler trying to keep the Lumberjacks alive in this thing and actually putting up a good fight so far. He's got that low center of gravity, but it's not gonna be enough donuts served for dinner. And it is done. 15-0 the final score, and the Fort Worth Thunder at home are dominant here today. 7-2 on the season, and you know that they've got first place in their sights. Now, here's the thing. 7-2, that's 21 points. We could end up having a 3-way tie, perhaps, and Fort Worth can actually take over first place in the Western Conference if Las Vegas and Denver have a tie. Now, mind you, and that would be in our main event. Now, mind you, we have not had a tied game all season. But it would put all three teams, Vegas, Denver, and Fort Worth, at 21 points in the standings. And then at that point, we look at win count. And, well, Seattle and Denver, they only got 6 wins. They would be 6 in 1-1, 6-1, 1-1. Fort Worth would be 7-2. That would put them ahead by proxy on win count. So they would have the tiebreaker. So they would actually put Fort Worth to first place in the West, and Fort Worth would actually be tied with the Detroit Turbos for first place in the league. Again, that requires a tie, which we have not had yet. So we'll see what happens. But we got more action before then. Should be an interesting matchup coming up next, as the Chicago Wind Attack are going to be on the road to take on Lila Geyser's San Francisco Shinobis when we return. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Smash Heads. Onwards we continue here. We are halfway through our second half of Week 9, and we continue right here with the Western Conference Showdown. A team that has made some changes here. 3 wins, 4 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss to Chicago Wind Attack. Shane guys are making some moves to kind of put the weaker members of his rosters combined onto the squad. As High Tech and Solar Reflex got traded to Chicago from Miami. So, wondering how things will work out. Now, that trade did not work out for Miami, as we saw the Brawlers getting beat earlier by the Atlanta Avengers. So, maybe Chicago still has a little something, even with the trade. Of course, the Wind Attack coming off a huge upset win over the Las Vegas Scorpions just last week, looking for another big upset on the road as they get set to take on Lila Geysers' San Francisco Shinobis. The Shinobis coming into this game with a record of 5 wins, 2 regulation losses, and 1 overtime loss. Shinobis trying to fight for 3rd place in the Western Conference, and of course trying to play keep up with Las Vegas, Fort Worth, and Denver. You know, all the teams currently ahead of them in the standings and whatnot. And, of course, with Fort Worth getting a win, the pressure is on the Shinobis even more to play keep up here. So, definitely a huge game for them. And Mexico City also got a win. So, more reason for the Shinobis to have a sense of urgency here. Of course, Chicago on the outside of the playoffs right now looking in. They also desperate for 3 points that would come with the win here. So let's get a look at the lineups for both sides as we got grandmother against grandson here. Shane Geysers, Chicago Wind Attack on the road. Let's get a look at what they bring to the table today.
Hi, I'm Shane Geyser, and this is the lineup for my Chicago Wind Attack.
Leading the way for the Wind Attack in this one here is going to be the rookie Hyper P. Following him out there at the middleman spot, it will be Sonic Boom. At the captain spot for Chicago today, it's going to be High Tech. And at 5-point gainer for the Wind Attack in this one, it's going to be the rookie Solar Reflex Jr. So there you have it, folks. Shane Geyser and his Chicago Wind Attack on the road here. Set to go. Their lineup is set. And now we go to the home side, his grandmother's team, right? Lila Geyser and her San Francisco Shinobis. Let's see what they bring to the table here in Week 9.
Hi, I'm Lila Geyser, and this is my lineup for the San Francisco Shinobis.
Leading the way for the Shinobis today, it's going to be Monty at the front runner spot. Following him out there at the middleman spot will be Rocket Power 2. At the captain spot for the Shinobis here today, it's going to be Black Bullet 1. And at 5-point gainer for San Francisco in this one, it's going to be Spectite Jr. So there you have it, folks. Both teams set and ready to go. They'll get their back 3 off the field, and we will get set for this game to begin. Some pro table derby about to take place. Chicago Wind Attack, San Francisco Shinobis. Now, when my father was alive, this would be one of those games where I would comedically say to you, the audience, that this was the game that would get me grounded, right? Because the Wind Attack used to be my dad's team. And it's my dad's team going up against my mom's team, or it used to be. So these were the games that would get me grounded, because either way, one of my parents was going to lose. So I was going to be in the doghouse one way or the other, if you will, you know? So, yeah, that I don't know. It's just an old joke that I still remember to this day. But Hyper P and Monty going head-to-head. Here we go. Game is on. And just like that, Cracker Jack, 5-0 Shinobis take the lead as the rookie Hyper P gets eliminated from this contest right away. And that now brings out Sonic Boom for the Wind Attack. 5-0 Shinobis on top. Looking for more. Make it 10-0. Monty is going off here. 2 collisions, 2 flips. Playing like an all-star right now. And the Wind Attack just don't seem to have an answer. 10-0 the score as that now brings out High Tech here, the new addition to this here Chicago squad. And you know what? It's kind of a similar path this team has taken. Miami kind of did the same thing earlier, so Shane Geyser might have to go back to the drawing board with the trades all over again. Who knows, because his moves just have not worked out here in Week 9. As a matter of fact, it was 15-5. Miami got beat. It was 15-5. So right now 10-0. Chicago trails. His other team trailing. Monty's been on the roll here, going for the win now, and almost had it right there. But High Tech stays up. Another chance, and again, both cars hanging in there. And this time, High Tech has a good flip, and it's going to be 10-5. Wind attack fighting back, and a little bit of damage done there to Monty's front end, but nothing too serious that can't be addressed before the next game. But that being said, here comes some defense from the Shinobis side. That's Rocket Power 2. He has a chance to put this game away. 10-5 now the score as he looks to closed out. That time we had a bad roll. Going to be interference off the thumb there. They'll reset. They'll go at it again. And that time, no doubt about it. High Tech and Rocket Power 2. Going head-to-head. Both cars known for their defensive style. And in the end, defense is not going to be enough for High Tech here. Rocket Power 2 gets it done as High Tech goes down. 15-5 will be the final. And yes, High Tech and Blue Dragon both getting the flips. They're only points for their respective teams today. But in the end, both coming up short when it came to trying to tie the game up. So now what does Shane Geiser do moving forward? Maybe does he look outside of his own camp, look into other teams? Maybe he might make a trade with his father's teams, one of his father's teams, either the Blades or the Firebirds. Maybe that will be on the table as an option. We don't know for sure, but 9 weeks in the book, and basically after week 10, folks, the trade deadline hits. So definitely things tightening up when it comes to teams looking to maybe make that one perfectly good trade as both Shane's teams continue to struggle in 2026. But Lila Geiser not struggling at all with her teams right now. 6-2-0-1. Now the record of the San Francisco Shinobis, and her Montreal Monarques going to have that same chance to reach that mark. They go to try to get to 6-2-0-1. But definitely a tough task on hand for them as they'll be taking on a team that's kind of had their number as of recent. The Montreal Monarques on the road to take on Hunter Bradshaw's Boston Vandals. It is next. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Smash Heads. On to the next one we go as we got Hunter Bradshaw on the field for the first time today. And of course, Lila Geiser making her second appearance consecutively, right? As her Shinobis were just on the field. Now her Montreal Monarques on the field as Lila Geiser looking to go 2 for 2 here in week 9, but a tough task on hand for her as the Montreal Monarques have struggled with the Boston Vandals. If I'm not mistaken, this is the second time these two teams have met up this season. And if I remember correctly, Boston, 15-5 in week 1. Way back in week 1, 15-5, Boston got the win over Montreal. So definitely a team that the Monarques have struggled against here. That being said, the Boston Vandals, it's been a bit of a struggle for them, a little up and down, but they are coming off a huge win over the Tampa Bay Gators and looking to keep that streak going. Of course, Rowdy Jr., a 1-1 game is what he's coming off of, but he actually played some defense in that last game, so maybe there's something he's building off of there. But he's going to open up this game against the rookie on the Montreal side. So it could be interesting, but we'll see how it all plays out. That being said, let's get a look at the lineups for both sides. We start on the visiting side, the Montreal Monarques, coming into this game here today with a record of 5 wins, 2 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. And of course, the Boston Vandals coming in here with a record of 4 wins, 3 regulation losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. Currently above that playoff cut line and trying to keep themselves above the cut line are the Boston Vandals. Of course, that Northeast Division, so very tough, so very competitive. Toronto got a win against Detroit, actually, so that really sets some things up because now the door of opportunity opened up for teams to catch up to Detroit in the standings. Teams like Montreal and Boston with the opportunity to close the gap on them. So we'll see which one can capitalize, basically. And interesting thing about that was Detroit actually shut Toronto out on opening day, but the Titans got even here in week 9. So, but that being said, let's go look at the lineups, right? Lila Geysers, Montreal Monarques on the road. Let's see what they bring to the table today.
Hi, I'm Lila Geyser, and this is my lineup for the Montreal Monarques.
Leading the way for Montreal in this one, it's going to be the rookie Veyron.
On your knees, dog.
Following him out there at the middleman spot, it will be Red Detta. At the captain spot for Les Monarques in this one, it will be 46 Juniors. And at 5-point gainer for Montreal here today, it's going to be Bebop. So there you have it, folks. The Montreal Monarques, Lila Geyser squad on the road, ready to go. She's trying to go 2 for 2 here today. And now we go to the home side, though, where we've got Hunter Bradshaw's Boston Vandals. Let's see what they bring to the table for this one.
Hi, this is Hunter Bradshaw, and this is my Boston Vandals lineup.
Leading the way for the Vandals here today, it's going to be the rookie Rowdy Jr. Following him out there at the middleman spot, the defending MVP, it's Highlight. At the captain spot for the Vandals here today, in this one, it'll be 24 Hours. And at 5-point gainer for Boston here today, it's going to be Banana Rocket. So there you have it, folks. Both teams are ready, and Hunter doing something a little different. I mean, 46 Junior and Rowdy Jr. are the same model of cars, but you see him lining them up very differently. Front runner compared to the captain spot. But look at the 5-point gainer. There he matched up a couple of Rocket Power models with Banana Rocket and Bebop at the 5-point gainer spot. So there he kind of matched up evenly. But that being said, both teams ready to go here. Our last game before the main event of Week 9, and what main event it will be, battle for first place in the league, as Hunter Bradshaw's Mustangs will be taking on Tim Geyser's Las Vegas Scorpions. So, but that's after this one. We got Boston and Montreal, Northeast Division Showdown. Here we go. Rowdy Jr. and Veyron going to lead us off. Game is on, and Veyron has a good flip just like that, folks. 5-0 Montreal on top. As that will now bring out Highlight, the reigning MVP. Gonna take on the rookie here. 5-0 score as Rowdy Jr. went down immediately there, and immediately under pressure was Highlight. And I tell you what, so far Veyron looking very stable to this point, and getting some really great shots in until that point where we had him out of play. So that was a grazer that sent Highlight out of play. Still 5-0 score. Monarques in the lead, looking for more, and again, to the mesh. Highlight on the defensive here. I mean, getting good mesh breaks as he continues to hang on, but Veyron has been a tank, staying solid and steady. Ooh, that time, Veyron doing a barrel roll and having to play a little bit of defense for the first time. That was like the first time he really looked unstable all game, as Veyron in control here, again, doing another barrel roll. Only takes one mistake as he continues to battle with Highlight here. Ooh, Highlight almost had him down that time. And Highlight the same strategy every time. He's getting to that mesh, he's getting the break. And this time, it would have been a flip, but folks, I don't know if you can actually see him there. He's in the mesh zone. And it's definitively in the mesh zone. So yes, that is a mesh break. He will be protected there. So they will switch sides, though, as a result of that. So Veyron taking the home side, and, of course, that means Highlight taking the visiting side. So they'll continue this battle. You gotta wonder who this might favor, perhaps. And, oh, my goodness, what a move by Highlight. Somehow he's still in this game. Go on ahead, get a look at that one another time. Get another look at that. Unbelievable move by Highlight. So, folks, yes, the score is still 5-0. Monarques in the lead. Make it 10-0 right there, though. Veyron, taking no prisoners here today, has another good flip, and it's 10-0 in favor of Les Monarques. One flip away from the shutout here, and getting even with Boston for that 15-5 loss that they took earlier in the season. 24 Hours was not with this Boston team when that matchup happened way back in week 1, but he'll be trying to get the Vandals back in this game. 10-0 the score. And almost went down right there. Both cars staying up, though. They go at it again. And it's done like dinner. Donuts served for dinner on the edge there, but playing it as it's flat is 24 hours. And Les Monarques have a win. 15-0 the final score as Lila Geyser's Montreal Monarques get a statement win right there. And they actually win the head-to-head tiebreaker with Boston on point differential, even though they split this season. Point differential, Boston gets beat by Montreal on that one as the Monarques improved to 6-2, 0-1 on the season. The Vandals fallen to 4-4, 0-1. A tough loss for them to take, no doubt about it. But Hunter Bradshaw looking to split even with this team today. And of course, we know at least for this season, it seems to be his Mustangs that have the hot hand. How hot the hand? Well, how about this one? They started the season with a regulation and an overtime loss, so 2 losses to start the season. But since then, the Mustangs, they're currently on a 6-game winning streak that they are trying to keep going. And they'll try to keep it going in our main event when they be hosting the Las Vegas Scorpions for first place in the Car Demolition League. And folks, that's when we return, so stay tuned. Welcome back, Smash Heads. It is finally time. It's time for our Week 9 main event here in the Car Demolition League. And the fight for first place in the league is on the line right now. And we got some weird circumstances that kind of go along with it, too, because neither of these teams, under one certain set of circumstances, will be in the lead. So if it's a tie. So if this game ends in a tie, it will be the Fort Worth Thunder along with the Detroit Turbos that take over first place in the CDL. Those two teams would be tied for the top spot if this game ends in a tie. So just want to clarify that, but that being said, with that aside, we have not had a tie all season, so the winner of this game between the Las Vegas Scorpions and the Denver Mustangs, the winner of this game will hold on to first place by themselves, untied, nothing like that. They will be the sole owner of first place in the CDL, whoever wins this game. So that is what is at stake right now in a matchup that could very well be our Western Conference final this year. Tim Geyser's Las Vegas Scorpions, Hunter Bradshaw's Denver Mustangs. Scorpions coming off their very first regulation loss of the season. Of course, up until this point, they were only beaten in overtime back in week 3, but everything else wins for them. 6 wins, 1 regulation loss, 1 overtime loss. They're just, like I said, trying to bounce back from the regulation loss that they just took last week. The Denver Mustangs, same record, 6 wins, 1 regulation loss, 1 overtime loss. But those first 2 losses of the season came in weeks 1 and 2, and all the Mustangs have done since then is win. 6 straight wins for the Mustangs. Today, they try to make it 7 in a row here on their home turf. We'll see if they can do just that. Great matchup between these 2 team owners, 2 very strong team owners, no doubt. Of course, Tim Geyser, a 4-time Crash Bowl champion. Hunter Bradshaw, a young kid, but hey, man, he's already won one, right? Crash Bowl 2024. He took Crash Bowl 28 and won it with these here Denver Mustangs. So definitely not a kid to sleep on here in this league. That's one of the things about table derby. It is the equalizer game, right? You don't have to be 6'5", 320, right? You know, you don't have to run a 40-yard dash in 4 seconds or less or whatnot. You know, it's toy cars, and the playing field is level on that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely can't sleep on anybody. It could be an old lady. Look at Grandma Lila, just got to win that last game. And I know Hunter Bradshaw is kind of upset about that still, but nonetheless, you can't sleep on nobody is the point. But that being said, let's get a look at the lineups that both these teams bring to the table here for our Week 9 main event. Starting on the visiting side with the 4-time world champ, Tim Geyser, and his Las Vegas Scorpions.
Hi, this is Tim Geyser, owner of
Las Vegas Scorpions, and this is the line.
Leading the way for the Scorpions here in this one, it's going to be Rowdy at the front runner spot. Following him out there at the middleman spot, it'll be Governor 2. At the captain spot for the Scorpions here today, Tim puts him on everything. It's the rookie Hot Sauce. And at 5-point gainer for Las Vegas here in this one, another rookie, it's Salty. So there you have it, folks. The Las Vegas Scorpions, leaders of the Pacific Division right now, trying to stay on top of the Western Conference and, of course, trying to get to the top spot in the league. And now we go to the home side of the field, looking for their 7th straight win. It's the 2024 World Champion, Hunter Bradshaw, and his Denver Mustangs. Let's see what they bring to the table today.
Hi, this is Hunter Bradshaw, and this is my Denver Mustangs lineup.
Leading the way for the Mustangs in this one, it's going to be Hammer Jr. Following him out there at the middleman spot will be Vendetta. At the captain spot for Denver here today, it's going to be 47 Ronan. And at 5-point gainer for the Mustangs in this one, it'll be Blue Dragon 2. So there you have it, folks. Both teams set and ready to go. A potential Western Conference final preview, perhaps it will be. We don't know. Plenty of season left to go. 11 weeks to play after today. But our Week 9 main event ready to get underway. Enough rhyming, here we go. We got Hammer Jr., we've got Rowdy. Game is on. Both cars stay up on the opening collision. Here we go. Both cars still staying in it, keeping their own sides. And some good strong hits. And a good flip right there as Hammer Jr. puts the Mustangs out in front 5-0 the score. Some solid shots, but Rowdy just couldn't hang on. He was coming off a 2-1 day from last week and just did not go well for him there. But now Governor 2 out here for the Scorpions. 5-0 the score. Offensive style versus a defensive style. Here we go. Ooh, do a barrel roll. Governor 2 somehow still in it. And Governor 2 has a flip that will tie the game for Las Vegas. 5-5 the scores. Governor 2 is up there. Hammer Jr. is down. And this game is all knotted at 5 apiece here. As that now brings out the defense from the Denver Mustangs side. That's the 2025 Defensive Player of the Year, Vendetta, now out there for the Denver Mustangs. 5-5 the score. Here we go. The middlemen out there looking to do their business here. 2 defensive cars, and Vendetta has a good flip, and the Mustangs are back to the lead. 10-5 the score in favor of the Mustangs. And they'll look for the win, but that brings out the rookie Hot Sauce. He's been in a bit of a slump as of late. Can he get himself back into this? Can he tie this game? 10-5 the score. Vendetta looking for the win here. Hot Sauce trying to tie it. And both cars are going to stay upright there. Yes, and they will. Ooh, this is going to be close. Yeah, they're going to keep their own sides, I think. Yep. Oh, wait, no. I'm actually using the camera up top. Try that. Nah, yeah, they're going to keep their own sides. This is too close. Too close to call. They'll keep their own sides that they started from. So, again, 10-5 still the score. Mustangs in the lead as they continue. And a good flip right there. And deep fry me a Twinkie. Ship it to Belixi. Vendetta gets it done. 15-5 will be the final. Hot Sauce could not handle the edge there. And the veteran, a former Rookie of the Year himself at one point, is able to get the one up on a car that was having a bright Rookie of the Year type of season till these past couple of weeks. He's been on a downward trend, but 15-5 is the final. I believe that Hot Sauce, I think he falls to 4-4 on the season performance-wise. And for Las Vegas, a tough loss, a second loss in a row here, as they will fall to 6-2-0-1, but it is over here. The Denver Mustangs, Hunter Bradshaw's squad, into first place in the Car Demolition League with a record of 7-1-0-1. So the Mustangs on top of the league all by themselves right now, and Hunter Bradshaw, impressive run with this Denver team as they have now won 7 games in a row. And of course, looking ahead to next week when both these teams will be in action, Las Vegas is going to be hosting Phoenix, and the Firebirds are actually on a 2-game win streak. They started the the season 0-6-0-1, but they finally not only got their first win, their second win of the season. They just got here in week 9. So Phoenix will be at Las Vegas. And the Denver Mustangs will be trying to hang on to first place in the league. They'll be on the road against Shane Geyser's Chicago Wind Attack next week. But plenty of other action that will be going on. Philadelphia going to be on the road against Washington. Boston on the road against Buffalo next week. Of course, Buffalo was able to beat Boston in their first meeting. And plenty more action to go along with that. We don't know our main event just yet, but I got a good idea who it might be. Fort Worth Thunder hosting the Mexico City Jaguars. A rematch of last year's Western Conference Finals, of course, back when they were the Nevada Thunder. But nonetheless, that might just be it. But this one in the books, 15-5. Mustangs jump into first place in the CDL with their victory over the Las Vegas Scorpions. And that will do it for the day. James Holst Jr. here, folks, owner and creator of the Car Demolition League. Thanking you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Always appreciative of any support this league can get. And hey, until next time, until week 10, much love. Take care of yourselves. Be yourselves as always, folks. Peace and God bless.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that on Chinese side.